Fans resumed trials of the world's fastest train. The magnetic levitation loco can hit 500 kilometers an hour, almost twice the speed of the bullet train. It could whisk passengers from Tokyo to Nagoya in just about 40 minutes. The current journey time is about an hour and a half. The maglev uses magnetic repulsion to lift the train off the tracks and move it forward.
The train is currently supported by wheels, but when the speed reaches 140 kilometers per hour, it floats. It's quite hard to tell when it does, but please carefully listen to the sound. Now it floated. Can you tell?
So let's get a first-hand view of what it's like on the world's fastest train. Bloomberg's Chris Cooper's been on board and joins us live from Tokyo. Chris, so tell me, how does it feel to hurtle down a track at 500 kilometers an hour?
Well, Rich, it's pretty amazing. It's the acceleration that really got me. It felt very much like being on a jet plane on the runway, and it's hurtling down the runway and taking off. That's what it felt like on this train. It went up from 0 to 500 kilometers an hour in 2.5 minutes. And in that time, it went up a slight slope, which, going at that speed, it felt like I was in an elevator zipping up a tall building, and my ears started to pop.
The thing is, do they really need this? I mean, it's hugely expensive, this technology, isn't it, Chris? And, you know, and they've already got a high-speed train link between Tokyo and Nagoya.
Right. This is going to cost them more than $50 billion to build. And one of the questions is, can they afford it? And the other question is, do they need it? One thing to bear in mind is the high-speed train link that goes from Tokyo to Osaka now, that was built almost 50 years ago. And when it was built, the trains didn't go as fast as they do now, and so you have a very curved track there. And it used to take about 4 hours to travel that distance, going all the way to Osaka. Now it's 2.5 hours. The idea is, if you can have 40 minutes to Nagoya, an hour to Osaka, you can just change the people's perceptions. That those people that are flying to Osaka now will give up flying. Businesses, instead of doing a conference call, can hop on the train. 40 minutes being Nagoya. It's like getting on a subway train.
Yeah, but it's going to take 14 years to build this, and will there be the demand? I mean, for instance, you know, we've got projections that the Japanese population will continue shrinking. True.
I mean, that is one of the risks for this train line. Japan's population now is shrinking. It's maybe 0.5% a year. It's quite slow. But another thing that's happening in Japan is people are coming from the countryside to the cities. The population in Tokyo is still increasing, and it's forecast to increase for the next 10 years as well. And if you look at those 3 cities that eventually it will link, Tokyo, Nagoya and Osaka, that's 64 million people. That's the equivalent of the population of the UK being linked within an hour by train. And that's the kind of market you're looking at. The population could decrease in the countryside, but it's the trend at the moment is for people to come into the cities for work, and this train will help them do that.